What's up, the boxing world? Welcome to Strictly Boxing with Derek Poppy Rolon. All right, now, man, listen, man, again, we had some good videos. We talk about a lot of good things that's been going on in the boxing game. A little bit of politics here, a little bit of stuff going on. And I want to focus today, right now, I want to have this focus on the 154-pound weight class. We got a lot of stuff going on in there. We got some politics going on there. We got we got like with the Tenzu and Fondora, and then the WBO making Terence Crawford the #1 rank, and now we got the winner, even Fondora or Tim Tszyu was planning on dropping the WBO and not fighting Crawford, but fighting Spence. Some people think that was good. Some people think it wasn't fair. Personally, I don't think that right there was fair. He's #1 rank. I don't think Spence should have got the opportunity. But like I told y'all in my last video, that there was my man, this dude I know named Karma. Karma is that real dude, man. So now, check this out. Tim Tszyu supposedly had already agreed if he won, he was going to drop the WBO and fight Spence. So in the fight, he gets his head bust open. He loses a fight that I believe he would have won. Probably would have knocked Fondora out. I like Tim Tszyu style of boxing that much. I think he's a very underrated fighter, and I think he can fight. And it probably would have been a hard fight even for Crawford, in my opinion. So he out because he busts the head. Now, so somehow they also convinced Fondora that Fondora was going to do the same thing. His people told him he dropped the WBO title, and then he fights Spence. Now I saw the contract, right? The contract clearly states for the WBO that you have, after April 5th, you have 20 days to negotiate a fight with Terence Crawford. You have 180 days to make the fight. So if they had to go into a bid, however they got to do it, 180 days to fight. So, but they were going to drop it. They were going to drop the WBO and then put Spence in there and to do it. So in my opinion, there's a whole lot of stuff going on. But here's the whole thing, what it's about. The whole chaos that's going on in the 154-pound is all about one thing. You know what it's about? The whole situation is about the rematch with Terence Crawford and Errol Spence. Errol Spence got beat so bad by Terence Crawford, so convincingly, that a lot of people didn't want to see it. A lot of people said, I don't want to see that happen again. It's not going to be the same results. It was too far separated. There wasn't nothing Errol Spence that nobody believes, or I ain't saying nobody, but it's probably a lot of people don't believe, to say things correctly, a lot of people don't believe that Errol Spence can do anything to come near Terence Crawford. So here's why I think we got all this controversy in the 154-pound weight class. The 150-pound weight class, so they were kicking Crawford out, somehow squeezing him out. Crawford did good though. He came in, moved up the weight, and got the WBO to make him the mandatory. So now, Fondora gets a blessing, because my brother told me don't use the word luck, even though he was lucky with the elbow to the head and he wound up getting the blessing. But here it is though. Even since he was also planning to do that political fluke stuff to drop the WBO, and not fight Terence Crawford, now here's the new news. The new news is his nose is broke. and it needs some serious surgery. So now he's going to be out for a lot longer than we think. Now, I don't think the WBO will strip him of his title because of his nose and the brokenness, because they're giving him 180 days to fight Terence Crawford, or they strip him for the title. But if he had the surgery, they probably call that off and extend his time, and he can allow to keep the title. Okay, so now Fundora has the WBC and the WBO. In the 154-pound weight class, we got 2 vacant titles. WBA is a vacant title. IBF is a vacant title. Here's the deal. We don't have an opponent for Terence Crawford. We don't have an opponent for Earl Spence. We got to find an opponent. Who wants to fight who? They don't want. Who want to pay? I understand PBC, but the money that it will cost to put on a rematch with Terence Crawford and Earl Spence, and if you don't get that type of commitment from the fans, they stand to lose a lot of money. So I understand. It's a business deal. So I understand why they don't want to put on the Earl Spence Terence Crawford rematch. I understand. Too much money to go out. Plus you're dealing with Crawford, who, he got certain standards that he's trying to deal with. So during his negotiation. However, there is one thing we couldn't do, because like I said, the WBA is vacant. So WBA is vacant, and the number 1 ranked WBA fighter at 154 pounds is Virgil Ortiz. And that might be a fight. Or any of them can make, as far as I'm concerned. Any of them can make that fight. Either Earl Spence or Terence Crawford. The IBF, though, the IBF got a little more standards with their rules. No, I know I was told that the IBF wouldn't stand for allowing Earl Spence to fight for the title after getting knocked out his last fight. I was told IBF got a little more stricter requirements in fighting for the vacant titles or fighting for the title. So that right there is something to think about with that. I don't know, man. Listen, I really would like to know what you guys think about these 154-pound weight class. It's another guy, I don't know how to pronounce his name, so I'm not going to try. But the other number 1 ranked guy, IBF, maybe they could kind of match that up. But like I had said before in previous videos, Earl Spence has to prove himself to the people that he is on that same level he's on, and that he could fight Earl Spence. And I don't believe that anybody believes that there's anything that Earl Spence could do to even be competitive with Terence Crawford. I hate to say it. He made it look so obvious and easy that I don't think Earl Spence, and I'm agreeing with his people. I agree with the PBC. Like, why am I going to put all this money out? A lot of people ain't interested in Terence Crawford and Spence like that. They don't want to see that. Or maybe they just want to, because Earl Spence is still the big draw. He's the big draw. I don't know. I'm a little stuck with this right here. I understand that big fights somehow can have troubles. I just heard it through the grapevine that the Devin Haney and the Ryan Garcia fight might not even happen because people not buying the fight. One thing I like about this is that the fans is in control, it looks like. It looks like if the fans ain't interested in seeing it or interested in buying it, they having some kind of, control of what goes on. So if Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia is not selling the tickets, we only got 20 days or 18, 19 days before the fight, and too many available seats. I don't know, man. Listen, this is Strictly Boxing with Derek Poppy. Roll on, man. Like the channel. If you haven't subscribed, I appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment, man. What do you think about this? If there's any validity to what I'm talking about. If you're thinking that maybe I missed something. But this W154-pound weight class got a lot of crazy stuff going on. And I mean, we see some politics, but we also see some business. Whereas, I mean, it doesn't make sense. If it don't make money, it don't make sense. I agree with that. All right, this is Derek Pop. Roll on that Strictly Boxing. Peace.